Hi and welcome to our channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the influence of anchoring and framing on decision making. But first, let's define what we mean by anchoring and framing. Anchoring is the tendency for people to rely too heavily on the first piece of information they receive when making a decision. This initial piece of information, known as the anchor, can have a strong influence on how people perceive subsequent information and make decisions. Framing, on the other hand, refers to the way in which information is presented. The way information is framed can influence how people perceive it and make decisions based on it. Both anchoring and framing can lead to decision-making biases, which can result in people making judgments that are not necessarily accurate. For example, if people are presented with a list of prices and are asked to estimate the value of an item, their estimates will be influenced by the highest and lowest prices on the list, even if those prices are not relevant to the item in question. This is an example of anchoring bias. Similarly, if people are presented with information about a product or service in a way that emphasizes the potential losses rather than the potential gains, they are more likely to perceive the risk as higher and be less likely to make a purchase. This is an example of framing bias. So how can we guard against the influence of anchoring and framing on decision making? One way is by being aware of these biases and making an effort to consider a range of information when making decisions. It can also be helpful to seek out information from a variety of sources, rather than relying on just one source, and to be cautious of information that is presented in a particularly persuasive way. Thanks for watching. In our next video, we'll be discussing the impact of social influence on consumer behavior. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of our videos.